welcome to episode 9 of the Arya Bark Podcast. My name's Caroline.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're coming to you today from our home in Fife in Scotland. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. How are you? As you can probably see, I've got myself a new co-host. This is my son, Andrew, who has dabbled in crafting. Andrew decided to join us, which means instead of recording on a Monday, we're going to have to record on a Sunday, which means a podcast will go up instead of Monday night, Tuesday morning, it'll go up on a Monday. So we're going to jump straight in to administration. You can find detailed show notes on the Arya Bark website, which is aryabark.co.uk. I'll leave a little linky bit up top. You can find me on Ravelry as Arya Bark, or my personal account, which is Sultra. Can you remember your Ravelry account?
Plumber Boy 21.
We do have a Ravelry group, which is Arya Bark Designs. We also have a private group on the website for anyone who can access Ravelry. You can find us on Instagram as Arya Bark Designs. We have a Facebook page, which is Arya Bark Designs, and we also have a Ko-fi page, which again is Arya Bark Designs. We are running 2 make-alongs at the moment, and there is a new one which I'm going to announce today. The first make-along is the New Things make-along 2021. It starts on the 1st of January and ends on the 31st of December. You must be a member of either the Ravelry group or the private group in order for your entry to count. We are going to have quarterly prizes, which will be drawn on the 29th of March, the 28th of June, the 27th of September and the 3rd of January 2022. There'll be physical prizes for the FO thread and the chatter thread, and they'll be drawn by random number generator, and each month, as a little incentive to keep us going, Andrew and Mr. Bark are going to donate monthly pattern prizes for 2 people. What else? The pattern prize will be your choice, and later on in the podcast we'll do have to announce this January's winners. You can enter as many projects as you like, as long as you can show how it's new to you. So it could be anything from a new stitch pattern, a new designer, a new technique, new construction. I'm not the make-along police, so you can include new colourway, new indie dyer, a new brand. Let's face it, I'm not fussy. The next make-along is the ABD Stash Smash 2021. Again, same rules as the previous one. It starts on the 1st of January, ends on the 31st of December. You must be a member of both groups for your entries to count. Quarterly prizes drawn as before. Physical prizes for the FO and the charter thread drawn quarterly by random number generator. And to keep the incentive going, Andrew and Mr. Bark will draw an entry from the charter thread for 2 people. Whips are allowed. Multiple dipping is encouraged and condoned as long as it can be measured in metres. You can count it. So you're looking at knitting, crochet, knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, and I think I've already said if you can do cross stitch and count it as metres, great. was about to say bra there. Goals are at your own discretion, so you set your own target and you can increase that goal as you see fit. Each person will have one finish object thread post each, and you'll just stick all your projects in that one thread, and that way it's easy to count up how much you've used. Anything else? I don't think so. Now it is the 1st of February, which means we have prizes to draw from both the charter threads for the make-alongs. Now, what I would say, if you can contact me on Ravelry and let me know which pattern you would like, I will get, well actually no, it'll come for me, I'll just read both the boys' bank accounts, as do on a regular basis. So for the new things make along, our first winner is Raylene Jones. Congratulations, Raylene. And our next winner is Knitting Mummy 1965, which is Heather. Congratulations. If you can contact me on Ravelry, anywhere basically, you all have my details. So if you contact me and let me know what patterns you would like, I will get them to you later on today or possibly tomorrow. The next winners, which is for the Arya, I keep saying Arya Bark Designs, it's ABD, which is Arya Bark Designs. Stash Mash 2021 is Mouse Knits 2, which is Jane. You just gotta keep going, aye. And the next winner is Laurie Worthy. If you can both, again, contact me either on Ravelry. Actually, let's just say it on Ravelry because it's going to be easier to actually get pattern prizes to you. If you can let me know which patterns you would like, I will get them to you. Again, either later on tonight or possibly tomorrow. We're starting a new make-along today. I am running it in conjunction with Jane from Mouse Knits and Crafts, and I'll stick details up above. It is the hashtag sheepalong2021. Now, Jane very kindly sent me a pattern this morning, and it was this one, which is the Counting Sheep by Lisa Hannon Fox, who is Nifty Knitter Designs on Ravelry, and she's also got a website which is niftyknitterdesigns.co.uk. Now, Lisa has 4 patterns. Now I'm going to stick pictures in. There's the blanket, which is, can I just say, this thing is stunning. Is there anything on that except for pictures? No. Right, I'm going to show you this page because there's nothing on it except pictures. Oh, look at that.
.com.
That's what I said, .com.
You said .com.
Never mind. How nice does that look? Now, in the first take of this, Andrew had said, how come it's not in colour? Because it's in black and white.
Yeah, I didn't. I was about to say the whole thing isn't in colour, and then it's like there's no point to the black and white.
Now, she does have another 3 patterns, as well as that there's another 3 patterns that you can do. We have the Counting Sheep scarf, which we'll stick a picture in here. Now, these are all paid for patterns. The blanket is $8.99 or £6.86. in pounds. The counting sheep scarf is $4.99 or £3.81. There is also the counting sheep shawl. Did you look that one up?
Either or.
Which is $4.99 or £3.81, and the counting sheep bag, which is again $4.99 or £3.81. So Jane and I are going to be doing the blanket. We would love for you to join along. Now, if you would like to join us, I'm going to host the chat thread. Jane's going to host over in her group the finished object thread. Now for the rules, of which there are no really any. The first one is you must be a member of both our groups in order to qualify for prizes. It's going to run from the 1st of February, which is today, until the 31st of December. We can extend that slightly if it takes a while. There's going to be a grand prize winner chosen at random on roughly around about 3rd of January from Jane's group. In this group we're going to run quarterly physical prizes as well as monthly pattern prizes, and those will be drawn at random, and I think that's about it. That's it. So if you would like to join us, we would love to see you. Now, what I would say, my double knitting is not fantastic. I think I have possibly tried it once, couldn't understand the instructions and ripped it out. So if you've never tried double knitting before, give it a try. Now I have read through the pattern. And there is pretty detailed instructions. Now the blanket is what? 11 pages. Obviously you get the charts. You get a lot of charts. Plus she'll give you how-tos on the charts. Now Jane has assured me it's a doddle. Once you get your head round it, it's a doddle. So come and join us. We'd love to have you. This week we have coming in, going out, stash mash, whips and lined up. There's equal amounts of knitting, Tunisian crochet, weaving and spinning. And as with always, I'll leave timestamps for each section down in the description bar below. So on to coming in now. Poor Andrew's just sitting there. You bored silly yet? I'm going to call this episode Temptation Corner. I have zero willpower, and my wonderful knitting and crafty friends have tempted me something silly. Now I'm going to stick a picture into the first temptation. Now this was last week, and Heather, I'm blaming you. And it's the Pump Up the Plaid Blanket by Corey Eichelberger, who is iRock Knits on, she's definitely iRock Knits on YouTube. I'll leave a thing up below what she is on Ravelry. Now Heather and I were discussing this pattern, and in order to help a person out, you've got to buy the pattern. So I bought the pattern. That was in lined up until I decided, Darwin, nobody needs to see your bum. Go away. That wasn't lined up until the blanket started. So I'm going to put that in my queue, and I'm going to use that as a stash buster to get rid of all my stuff. So that was my first coming in. Obviously the next one is the counting sheet blanket that Jane from Mouse Knits and Craft kindly gifted to me. However, while Jane was on purchasing that for me, I was already on Lisa's Ravelry shop, frantically clicking on things into my cart. So I purchased the bag pattern, the shawl pattern and the scarf, which I showed you earlier on. I also purchased, I'll stick a picture in. Now this pattern's called Little Ninja's Scarf. Now how cute is that scarf? My niece, obviously the two boys do craft on a Monday and
Wednesday and Thursday then.
Oh sorry, a Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I'm hammering through this thinking you've got craft. So it's a Wednesday.
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. He's
Alright.
upped it to 3. He's trying to kill us. I'm pretty sure he's trying to kill us.
Right, so it's a Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. Obviously I can't do anything like that. And obviously Andrew's taken over my membership. But they also do, for kids, it's called Ninjas. It's pretty much what the boys do at Craft, but not as intense. And you don't get the... Oh no, the wee ones don't get the shooty thing.
No, we don't get the Nerf guns. He keeps tempting us that he'll let us do it, but he doesn't.
They've got, I think it's like bows that blow up in the air and you have to shoot them. And they also have a massive. No, I mean massive. Andrew, how big is that? The inflatable.
The football's quite big.
No,
Half the size of the gym.
it is literally half the size of the gym. Anybody who knows the Nairn building in Kirkcaldy, it's like down at the waterfront, they're in the bottom floor and he has the entire bottom floor. Now the inflatable is literally the first half of the gym, and the ninjas, I think it's mostly the younger ninjas, so it's up to about, I think it's up to about 12. I'm trying to think, when the kids were able to go, Oliver would go on a... Yeah, what time was he? 4:30 to 5:30?
Sure.
He was in the first class, which is the young kids. And they do their exercises and their kicks and stuff. And then the last half an hour, 20 minutes, while the teachers were finishing them off, the owner of the gym would go and set up the inflatable, and they would spend the last half just playing on this big giant inflatable. So they're called ninjas. I'll stick a picture in because we've still got both their uniforms here, so I'll stick a picture in of the uniforms. That scarf is identical to the ninja mask that are on the kids' top. Obviously I'd bought that to make each of the kids one. However, Ryan did mention that he's pretty sure that when the owner of that gym sees it, he's going to want one. So I think what we'll do is we'll maybe, as a practice, I'll make one for Rab and Ryan can send it in. And do you think Rab would love that? That ninja scarf. Yeah, I can totally see him wearing that. I can totally see him wearing that. So that is my coming in. Oh, other coming in, which isn't in my show notes. Obviously, I got this. Now, I was looking on... What did I go on to look at? I actually went on to look at her website. And I noticed she does have this, which is the cat playtime pot holder. I'm going to try this first in order to practice. Obviously, a giant blanket when you've never done it before is a wee bit intimidating, so I'm going to try this first, that way I can get all my kinks out before I start mucking up on that. Now, if you sign up to Lisa's website, you get this, and if you sign up to the newsletter, you get this for free, and it's just a instant download. Just put your details in, confirm your email address, and you get the pattern. So I'm going to give this a try later on while the boys are doing craft. So that's the only other coming in. I do have stuff coming. Naughty. I may or may not have yarn coming and fluff coming. And Andrew's got a project bag coming.
Why?
Oh, you'll actually be able to use it as a project bag.
They said that about the last 2 bags I made for, I can store stuff that became project bags, and I did it for all of what week.
Mm-hmm. So that's all my coming in. Going out. Now what have I got going out? It's on the floor. As per usual, the first going out is more squares on the Mitred Blanket. So this is the bandwagon blanket by Beth Graham. It is no longer on Ravelry, but it was at the time because clearly I've got the pattern. Modifications, as I've said before, I might actually have to check what she actually tells you to do for that bit, but what I do is I do a Tunisian knit stitch in the centre, and on the return pass a Tunisian 3 together, which is technically 4 because you've got your first loop. It is done on a 4.5 Knit Pro Symphony Tunisian hook, and this is block number 119. It is Rusty Ferret Doll, mini skein, which is Vincent. This block, which is block 120, it is from Raylene, and it's day 23 Advent Swap. The next one is block 121, which is our Rusty Ferret Doll mini. Now I'm sure that might be called Fust. I'm pretty sure that's Fust. And block 122, which is again from Raylene, and that's day 24. Now altogether these took 46 metres, so I'm still powering on with that. I'm just going to keep working on it as per, and you'll probably see it again next week because I'm trying to do one, if not every day, every other day. Next finished objects is the stray socks. These are socks for Ryan. What you in it?
Saying, give socks to me.
Learn how to knit and you can knit your own. Oh, that's what we could do. We can let you knit socks, Andrew. It's just going round in circles.
All the socks, just that
all
sort of
the
day
socks.
forever, just socks.
Just socks. All the socks forever and ever and ever.
At least
Now,
I'll get some socks.
These are not twins, they are siblings, because who's got time to match them up? These are the stray socks, stray from Lara Neal. These are done toe up with the shadow stitch heel, and I'll bring it closer so you can see the pattern. These were done using Drops Fable, which is a 4-ply, and it's colour number 406, which is Ocean View. It is a 75% wool, 25% nylon, and you get 205 metres in 50 grams. I used a 2.25 higher sharp, and I think originally I'd started them off on 9-inch circulars, and because I've got a slight habit of having one leg longer than the other, which I've done, I think one of the legs are longer than they can't be, because I can't need them. It's not one of the heels are shorter than the other. My heels weren't on right. They do match up. So they were eventually put on the same needle, and I just done the two of them together. And I need to weave my ends in, take out my stitch markers, and then Ryan has a nice new pair of socks. Look at the evil!
Just say probably pair 462.
Drums! What was that?
Drums.
What were you saying?
Probably pair 462.
Maybe. I'll leave details up above how many pairs of socks on that for Ryan. I've just bunny-eared these socks. For goodness sake.
You're not supposed to do that with them, like.
No, not until they're
Alright, because that's how my socks get stored.
Next, so that's that. Next
Mine.
is mine.
I'm guessing it's mine.
Okay, well, you want to try it on?
Oh, I didn't kind of like knitted it together or stitched it together.
Right, you put it around your neck. Move that bit up.
Oh, but just like twist it.
Twist it and put it back out. Try and shrink yourself there, Andrew.
I don't know what I've done.
You've put it inside out. Oh my god.
I've seen I'm good at this.
Obviously, I've still to finish it because this end is still longer than the other side. I just need to trim it.
Just sitting there like.
Is that you happy, Andrew?
Aye.
Are you going to stop whinging that I've not made your socks? If I give you that, once it's blocked, once I've finished it, if I give you that, will you stop whinging that?
I'd say aye, but I don't know when I'd wear it. That's the only problem. It's the same with like anything else I make at this.
Right, go take it back off for me. Now that is the Hero Cowl weaving pattern by Weft Blown. It used, go past me there. I've still to finish it on some ends on, but I'll do that later. The grey colour is Pound Stretchers Glitz and Glam DK in colour number 15. The black is Robin Double Knit in colour number 44, which is black, and the white is, who knows, I have absolutely no idea. Now this entire thing took 307 metres, or no, that's socks. The socks took 307 metres or 75 grams. This took 388 metres or 151 grams. So that is done. I used a 7.5 dents per inch heddle, and in all honesty, it's a bit gathered there. No perfect, but for a first attempt, this part I'm ecstatic with. And I really do like that part. I really like that. So that is another.
Did you not like sew it together?
No, we'll weave it. You weave it until you get to here. You take that off the loom. Oh no, you start here and you weave till you get to there, to this part. Once you get to here, you take this part off, which will be hanging down here. Hook it back on, roll it up and bring this bit along, and then you weave in the ends.
Oh, into that bit.
Into that bit. And then once you get to the end, you cut it off and tie it with it. So that is that project. Now, on to my next project, which started off as an epic disaster, and it is the Breckening spin, which is 300 grams of the Breckening from John Arbin Textiles, and here is the finished. Where's the end of that?
No.
Finished that off really well. I have no caffeine to start yet. Who knows? Right, I'll do it for this end because that is still a bit twisty. So here it's here. I have zero idea what that is. I'm going to let it rest because I only spun it last night. Now, this is attempt number 2 and 3. This is attempt number 1. Now, bring it up so you can see. It is immense. Obviously, I'd started, what was that one called? The Corriedale spin. So I'd finished off the wee bit that I had left and took the bobbin off and thought, right, I'll come back to that later on. I'll start applying this. Now obviously I'd switched it to, I'll leave a bit up here because I can't remember what one it is. It's either the Z, I think you spin in Z and then apply an S. So I switched it to that one and started, and I was like, this is just no working at all. I don't know what's wrong with it. As you can see, I've done a massive, great big chunk of it. Didn't work. Then it clicked. I had started spinning it in the wrong direction, so I think I'd spun it in the S direction, which meant I should have applied it in the Z direction. So this is pretty much useless. I did cut it off and start a new bobbin, which was that one, and that's worked out a lot better. Still a wee bitty over applied, but no, it's still quite soft and bouncy, so I'm kind of happy with that one. I'll get this blocked tomorrow and then I can update you on the totals for these, but that's the Breckening spin. So that's that one. Is that, I think that's all finished objects. Do you have anything you've recently finished?
You mean by finish as in like what, before the start of this lockdown, possibly the one before that?
No, you start, that's not, no, you never finished that, that is mine.
I don't even know the start. To be fair, I don't even think it's finished.
You've still got all of your ends in.
I'd just leave them.
Wrong way round, Andrew.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
That's the back.
Wow. Come back.
That's your shawl. Did you ever block it?
Yes. And I've no worn it. What did I wear it?
Do you know what the pattern's called?
Yes.
I think it might be conversion, so I'll leave a link up top. And who's it by?
AK Lorry Designs.
Well done. Do you remember what needle size you used?
Not a clue.
Went to your project page.
It's a 5.5mm hook.
So it was a 5.5mm hook. What yarns did you use?
Garn Studio Drops Fable.
Drops Fable.
Number 9.
You need to show what one's
I
which.
can't because...
Right.
Oh aye, I could. That's the 918.
918, which is emerald green.
Emerald
And
City.
this is 110, which is rust. And there
Like the funky bit in the middle.
we go. I love this bit. I absolutely adore that. I think that would be my colourful blanket. I think I really would make a really nice blanket. I could have done this bit for days. And you tested that for Laurie. Now you started that on the 22nd of June last year, and he's still not finished it apparently.
No, it's got complete. Oh, work in progress. Well, to be fair, the ends aren't woven in, so.
He did finish it within the test. So that was the last project you made. Hey Andrew.
I made the wonky scarf before that, but I can't find out where that is. I thought I'd give that to you to be
No,
found.
the wonky scarf's sitting up there.
Let's not show it.
Let's not show it. So that is everything going out. On to Stash Smash. Now, I started this week with 3,975 meters, and between obviously this thing that's still to go on is the spinning, because I've not actually figured out how much of that I've done. So I have used, between the mitred blanket, the cowl and the socks, I have crafted 691 meters. I haven't added anything yet. That'll be next week. I bought yarn. Which brings my total up to 4,666 meters, which means I've still got 21,334 meters to go until my target. So I'm on track. Now, I've not bought 4,000 meters of yarn, so I could still technically use as much as I brought in. So that's great. Will you be partaking in Stash Smash, Master Andrew?
I don't have any stash to smash.
Well, you can smash mine if you like. I've got enough for 3 folk.
Good day.
I'll let you borrow some of my stash as long as you replace it.
That'd be like 2 or 3 times as much as I use.
On to whips. Now I'm going to just keep continuing on with the Tunisian blanket. So I'll just keep adding bits to that every day or every other day. I'm still working on the corridale spin. I'll stick a picture into that. I normally spin on a Sunday, sit and watching the birds. I finished off the breaking in, so I'll be able to rattle on with that on Sunday. You don't have any whips at the moment, Andrew, do you?
No.
No.
Because the ones that were on my hanger, I'm pretty sure we've already used it all for them.
I think what we'll do is later on we'll go through the patterns and have a look and see. You'd be better doing it on the computer anyway and see what patterns are in my library. Because if you check on Ravel, then you can check in the hard drive and see what patterns are sitting there.
How did you just go through a phase of buying them all?
Andrew, why do you think I've got a terabyte hard drive? It wasn't for like putting music onto. It was literally for my patterns. So that's what I'll be working on. Obviously I'm going to start, I'll do that later on while the boys are drinking crab. I'm going to make a start to the pot holder to try that out. Then I'll make a start to my sheet blanket. So that's what whips I've got lined up. So I'm surprised somebody hasn't whinged.
What? Oh, you have it in my hat. I'm still waiting for.
Why don't you do that?
Is it Tunisian?
No, it's a knitted hat.
Is it easy?
You're literally knitting purl. Knit, purl. Actually, do you know what I've got lined up for you? Is what about the sockhead cowl?
What's that? No idea what you're saying.
This is coming from the guy. I can't podcast with you, Mum, because like it means I won't be able to watch your podcast. Point number one, you can't actually watch the podcast back because you've got your own YouTube account. This is on the Arya Bark account. That's that one knocked at the back. And had you actually watched the podcast, Andrew, and not just left it playing in your pocket, you would have seen the cowl that I made drying ages ago. The grey one.
I think I like the grey one. I do like grey colours.
Because all that is ribbon at the bottom. And
take a good
the
rub
cowl.
with me. Ow.
Ribbon at the bottom, then you just knit around circles and
Circles that. That's a backwards. Oh.
technically it's spirals.
I'll give that a try.
So Andrew's going to start the socket cowl. I will start that for him later on. I will do you a milkman hat. I did go to start it yesterday, and then what happened just so that I didn't start it?
Love
yes.
drying more than me.
What?
Love drying more than me.
I remembered that it was. I can't remember what happened. I don't know if I could find the needle, and I don't know where my Knit Pro zings, my set of Knit Pro zings have went to, so I can't find that either. Probably be looking for what I lost last week. So that's going to get started. Crabby pants cardigan.
You've got the wool for that. Oh, we did.
We did buy the wool for that, Andrew.
Have we even decided on what it's going to actually look like?
Yes, I started designing it. I just can't actually remember where I saved it to. I can't remember what I called it. Therefore, I cannot find the pattern and all the notes and everything. So I need to go hunting for that. So that's what we have lined up. You're going to make a start on
Learn how to knit.
learning how to knit. So you can do a socket cowl, that's easy enough.
You say that, but last time I knitted, it was supposed to be a square wee swatch.
Swatches on the...
They're not supposed to go up like that.
No, that was crochet.
No, that was knitting as well. Both my crochet and my knitting went up. It's just one went either down that way and one went up that way. So basically, if I put them both together, I'd get a nice
No,
kill.
you'll be able to do it, no problem. So that is all. Are you coming back next week, Andrew? Well, are you coming back on Sunday, Andrew?
Probably this. I'm just hold up these things and help me. Probably I.
Probably I.
I don't know. Give it a try.
All else fails, you can go back to your Tunisian crochet.
I would put it's blankets, cows, and I think that's it.
No, because you get shawls and you get hats and you get jumpers. Abby's got some nice tops, but I think they're all lassies tops, so that's no problem.
Ginger's no hang.
So that is all. I do hope you will join Jane and I on the hashtag sheepalong 2021. Andrew won't be joining us, unfortunately, because he can't knit. If we can get him to knit before the end of this, hopefully we can get him to give it a try. I think that is all. Yeah, it is. So I hope you have a very crafty week, and we'll see you back here again on Monday. Bye.
That's what I was doing.